Fine.
So I'll tell you, first of all, I would like to share with you some tips and strategies which I took for preparing for critical reading. We all know critical reading consists of two parts. One is the passages and another is sentence completion questions. Sentence completion questions, we all have no other option rather than mugging up the vocabulary. And there are very few words, some 500 to 600 SAT words, which if you learn, you can get a very good score. There are 19 sentence completion questions. So I learned all the vocabulary given in books, practice tests, and other some words which I came across during my preparation time. The next is passages. It was the most difficult part for me, and the first time I appeared for the set, my detailed report showed that I had lost some 16 to 18 questions on the passages itself. So my most difficult thing was to prepare for critical reading, and that is especially for the passages. And so when I appeared for the second time, I just prepared for that part and for the essay. Critical reading, we all know there are passages are also divided into subcategories such as short passages, dual passages, long passages. And the most difficult I felt of all was the dual passages, since it had questions relating to both the passages. For the short passages, I feel that it is better to attempt these short passages first, since they take less time. And for sentence completions, I would like to say that they follow an order of difficulty. So the first few questions are easy, next ones are medium, and the last ones are very hard. So it is better to attempt them in their order only, so that you know how much time to spend on each question. For the passages, as I told you, short passage you have to do first, since they consist hardly 2 or 3 questions, and long passages you should keep for later ones. There are many books which say that for long passages you should first read passage, then answer the question, or first read the question so that you get the idea as to how to attempt the passages. But I feel that it depends on you. The tactic I applied in that is that I attempted the passage paragraph wise. I read the first para, then answered each question, second para answered each questions, and left the general questions for the last time. If I had time, I could come back to those general questions as well. Another weak point, as I already told you, that essay was my another weak point, and I had to improve a lot on that. When first initially I gave my SAT, I scored a 7 out of 12 on essay. And I don't know where I went wrong, but the detailed report they provide, they also provide my scanned copy of my essay. And after that, reading books and reading some few of the books, they give us tips on how to attempt SAT, how to write an essay on SAT. You have 25 minutes for writing an essay, and so it is very difficult to think also of some good examples and write an essay also. So I feel that it is better to refer to some good books, and SAT essay is mainly graded on how good your examples are. The last time I appeared for SAT in October, my topic was, does uncertainty lead to personal growth? These kind of topics are provided on SAT, and they are very general, so you need not prepare for some specific purpose. But then for examples, these may not strike you in the 25 minutes during the writing section. So I feel that you should prepare a list of examples earlier before you attempt the SAT, and take those examples under which most of the general topics are included. For example, some good novels or some good books by authors, some classic novels by authors. And many people say that it is better not to write a personal example. But to tell you the truth, when I attempted my essay, I could only remember of one example, and I had to write at least 2. And since there was less time, I had to make up one example of my own. But still, that did not affect my score. In fact, that has helped me increase my score, and I was able to score a 10 out of 12 this time. Another thing which many people feel that the longer the essay is, the more score you earn. Even though I agree with this, but I feel that even it is better to write 2 examples which are good and well elaborated, rather than writing 3 examples which are short. So even if you write two examples, um, you should make sure that those two examples are relevant to your point. Next, I would like to talk about the writing grammar part. It consists of three parts: error identification, sentence correction, and improving paragraphs. These three, most of the Indian students are familiar with, and they do not have any problem in attempting this section because most of us are familiar with the basic grammar rules. But still, I feel that we should go at least once through all the rules, so that ones which we do not know are also familiar to us before the test date. And most important thing is to attempt to give as many practice tests as you are able to, and practice as many books and questions as you can. And first of all, you should know what your weak point is. As I told you, my weak point was critical reading. I scored a 570 out of 800, but this time I managed to get a 690 on critical reading. And so first of all, you should set up your target and then make sure that which part you need to improve on. Rest of the things you can just go through once, so that you get an idea as to how. And even though I feel that many people they are not able to cope up with the. I mean, many people get shocked when they see their first scores. I feel that in their first attempt it is okay, since most of the time the SAT test takers, they have to give at least 2 attempts to get a good score. The first attempt is just a trial. It gives you an idea as to how the test will be and how the environment around the test will be. As for the math section, we all know that math is very basic, and we could all improve on that if we just take a good look at few strategies and tactics which are given in all the books. Maths, one thing which I would like is, I scored a 740 this time, but earlier I scored a 760, due to which my super score turns out to be 2180. One thing which we should make sure is that we do not make silly errors in math. Even though we know all the 54 questions, math section consists of 54, we should make sure that we do not make any error, since I myself made an error both times while appearing for both the times. And you could get a good score even if you skip many questions. So, for example, and it is better if to skip questions on which you do not have any idea as to what the answer will be, or what the answer should be. But if you know at least 2 or 3 of the options out of 5, then I think you should go for the question, since that will earn you a good score.